What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Hope everybody's blessed, highly favored, as they say at the church, and doing well. Remember to love on somebody strong today. Let them know that you appreciate them and you're glad that they're still here and a part of your life. Just let one person know if you can. If it comes to your memory, if you think about what Professor X said, just let one person know. I do appreciate you. I love you. You're special. Whatever your words that you use, let somebody know. I want to talk about a subject that I have kind of been talking about a little bit here and there, but I see that they have created a terminology for it and it has begin to go viral. And that is black fatigue. Not to be confused with the black plague, for those of you who remember social studies back when they had that class. We want to talk about the black fatigue, not the black plague. The black plague was a terrible pandemic that went on in the 1300s over in Europe. Took out about, they say, between 25 to 50 million people. So I'm talking about that. We want to talk about black fatigue. The word fatigue, and we're going to talk about it, but the word fatigue is interesting because it doesn't mean that you are just tired. It means you are extremely tired. So when we say black fatigue, we're talking about a situation that people are extremely tired of. And what it's referring to, unfortunately, is there is a group within the black people. You know, black people, I believe, in America represent 13% of the American population. And when you already have a low number like that, it doesn't take too many goofballs to kind of make everybody look bad because the percentages is already low. So within the black nation, we'll call it, in America, there are certain people who move and do certain things and have been doing it for a while has caused, at this point now, even black people are tired of it. But before now, the other nationalities, in particular the Caucasian race, was already tired of it. So that's the black fatigue. When there is a small group, and I'm going to go low, I feel that it's higher than this, but I'm going to say 3 to 5% of the 13%. Excuse me. I'm going to say 3 to 5% of the 13% of the American population that we represent as black people. Low percentage, right? 3 to 5% seems low. That move and operate and speak and behave and have been doing it for a while now, that particularly Caucasian people have been tired of, but now black people themselves are also tired of it because we're all getting thrown in the same bag. See, when you do something and race becomes involved, and we'll talk about that in a second, but when you do something and race becomes involved, then people from the outside do not know how to differentiate between the troublemakers, the ghetto behavior people, and the regular black people that's just trying to live, enjoy their life, enjoy their family, make a little money, have a good time, grow in their career, grow in their knowledge, grow in their understanding, connect to their God, whatever. It's hard because all you see is skin. right? And so you have to just go, and so that's why a lot of times you get lumped in, because if one person does it and everybody has this, that's just how we operate. I have seen, this is one that I want to talk about on this video, and I may make another video and talk about some other things that I have seen or that takes place, or even maybe where I feel that it may come from. But I have, even on the job that I am at right now, a few years ago, we had two individuals that were my color, black individuals that worked with us. They weren't allowed to, but they came to work late. I would say in a month's time, working 5 days a week in a month's time. So that's what, 20 days? I would say out of 20 days, they were probably late at least 6 or 7 times out of 20, if not more. Again, I'm gonna go low. And nobody really said anything about it. They used up all their vacation time. Remember, they look like me. They used up all their vacation time. Still, when that time was burned out and they wanted to take a day off, they still was able to do it. Nobody said nothing. Everybody else had to come to the rescue, take care of their route, their job, their duties. Nobody really said anything. Then the company changed the policy and started tightening up on it. The company as a whole, not just the site that I'm at, the company as a whole changed the policy, that the attendance policy. If you're going to be late, call, do this, that, and the third. Of course, people are not going to change their behavior. They still did not abide. Till one day, a supervisor wrote one of them up. Supervisor's Caucasian man, wrote one of them up for continuously coming in late. I mean, we have whole meetings in the morning, everything. People need to be there. You got to know what's going on. And after being there almost 2 years and being able to get away with whatever you want to get away with, you come in when you want to, you leave when you want to, you don't finish your job, nobody says anything. When they got rolled up, can y'all believe what they did? Y'all already know what they did. Y'all tell me what they did. Y'all know what it was. Tell me what they did after almost 2 years of being able to get away with whatever you want to get away with. You don't even have to show up on time, finish your job, have adequate amount of vacation or time off, and you still are able to move and roam freely and still have a job to come to. And when you finally get rolled up by a white man, guess what comes out of their mouth? You only doing this to me because I'm black. They play that race card. And when you play the race card in a business environment, it's going to create tension in the workplace, because that means that you get to do whatever you want to do. And if you have a white supervisor, they're going to have a hard time keeping you accountable to the policy, because they already know once you say the race card, there's an opportunity for HR to get involved and things can get out of hand. So you force their hand to have to do their job differently than what they should have to do, simply because that small segment in the black community that has helped create black fatigue, we could call it ghetto culture, ghetto mentality, that small segment that think they can do what they want, say what they want, can disregard everybody else's feelings, can disregard what everybody else is doing. You don't have to care about the job that you do. You don't have to care about who's going to finish it if you're not here, if you just leave in the middle of it. You don't have to care about nothing, because as soon as somebody try to hold you accountable, the first thing you're going to do is pull the race card. I got a friend of mine, Caucasian. And I was asking this before this subject even came out. I said, you work around because they're in a public workplace space. I said, you work around all types of people. I said, tell me something about the black people that you work around and that come through your job. Tell me something about them that sticks out more than anybody else. And you know what they said? Same thing I just told y'all. Black people like to try to pull the race card every chance that they get. I said, give me an example. And at the job, they had you could come through because basically it's like at a landfill. You go to the landfill, you got certain bins and containers. You got to put rubber over here or TVs over here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those has been in landfills. Maybe refrigerators over here. Everything has to be in an allotted spot because that's how they're going to pick it up, and it has to be buried in the ground a certain way and taken care of a certain way. Everything has policy to it. So you can't just go up in there all willy nilly and think you can just do whatever you want to do. You got to listen to what the people are telling you. Like go to compartment A. Okay, you got a dishwasher. You need to go to compartment B, so on and so forth. Well, if somebody takes it upon their own initiative, let's just say they black and they need to be at D, and then they go to A, and somebody Caucasian comes out and corrects them and say, "Hey, ma'am, hey, sir, you need to be over here." It don't even matter how you say it. Because again, they're responsible for everything being put where it's at. So let's just say they said a little rough. Hey, 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 don't put that over there. I told you to put it in D, not A. Let's say they said it like that. That black person will turn around and say, "You're only correcting me and telling me what to do because I'm black." Every time, I'm gonna say every time, but with that segment of people, with that low 3 to 5% that I mentioned, almost every time they are forced to be held accountable, they pull the race card. Well, what do you think that creates in a workspace type of environment where nobody can correct you because what comes out your mouth is always going to be racism? You can't take personal responsibility for the fact that you couldn't get up and get your behind to work on time. You can't take personal responsibility for the fact that you burned through all of your vacation and personal time off in a year by July. So by August, you ain't got no more time for the rest of the year. You taking off without pay, and somebody else got to cover your load. You can't take personal responsibility for none of that. But as soon as somebody writes you up, you want to turn around and blame the race card. And that's part of the black fatigue that white people, been tired of it. And now black people are also becoming extremely tired of it because it's starting to affect the whole bunch. Everybody is looking at us and thinking that we all the same way. So the ones that's not that way have to show out and show and prove that they're so others do not see them in that same light. They got to do more, work harder, just go beyond themselves to show everybody else that I'm not like this person over here that you're accustomed to dealing with. So black people getting tired of it. So I just wanted to come on and just talk about how they use the race card all the time. I've seen it with my own eyes. Like I said, it was just a few years ago. And it may be right now. I'm just saying it a certain way just to stay legit. I'm just saying it could have been a few years ago. It could be going on right now. Yeah, you can't take no, and that's going to be the big one. They're going to take no personal accountability or responsibility for what they do. None. You assault somebody, you pop somebody in the face with a firearm, you run away. You get involved with the law enforcement, they take you out. No personal responsibility. If the law enforcement officer happened to be Caucasian and he put down a black man, we're pulling the race card. He only took them out because he a black man. What about the accountability? Why did the black man put himself in a position? Y'all know the rest. Y'all know the rest. But anyway, so that's what's going viral right now. People gonna be talking about black fatigue, especially like I said, white folks been tired of it. Black people now we starting to become fed up with it. And again, it's gonna all at the end of the day, we're gonna have to go back at some point in life, in the history of this life right here. If we're gonna survive. We're gonna have to go back, re-educate, reevaluate, come up with a better plan, teach our children the right way from the beginning. Like I said, I'll probably make more videos about this stuff, but we just have to become more aware that this thing is real. They're getting tired of it. They're getting then think about it, you're forcing them to walk on eggshells where they can't even do their job and correct you for fear of what may come out your mouth next, and you not even respond. You can have somebody shoplifting in the whole store. If it's a white lady that's in charge, a white manager, and she come over and say, "Can you empty your pockets?" They're gonna scream out, "You only want me to empty my pockets because I'm black. You've been following me around the whole time. I'm not. You can't make me empty my pocket." And you start talking stuff you don't even know about. I know my rights. Can't nobody make me into my pocket. Blah, blah, blah. I know my rights. My dad is a lawyer. My dad, you just running your mouth. No, good and well, you shoplifting out them people's store. But when somebody come and correct you and say, empty your pockets, let's see what you got going on, you only stopping me because I'm black. We got to stop this stuff, y'all. Y'all got it? Good. Bye.